Find Facebook workaround their own apps. The article starts off, imagine a society in which everyone more or less agrees with you. You wake up in the morning to an online greetings from people who share your views on guns, religion, and country. Your newsfeed contains only posts from like-minded politicians or articles from like-minded news outlets. You can safely post your own comments without fear or vitriol from trolls or challenges from naysayers. What does that sound like to you? To me, it sounds like ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, MSNBC, NPR, PBS, Hollywood, the New York Times, the Washington Post, and the list goes on. But, of course, they're not talking about them. They're talking about these conservative apps. These apps are basically just a way for conservatives to get their message out despite these other major platforms that are censoring conservatives and right-wingers. So it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that Americans have innovated and come up with another way to do it. In a capitalist society, that's the way it works. You know, if these major tech companies are going to push certain points of view out, it's inevitable that those points of view are going to emerge as another company or in some other platform. This is an insular world in which tens of thousands of Americans who use conservative political apps are experiencing the midterm election season. And again, insular world, to me, that sounds like the mainstream media. The article continues, amid a chorus of conservative complaints that Facebook and YouTube have become hostile to right-leaning views, and those social media giants take steps to limit what they see as abusive or misleading viral content, because of course they want those things to be synonymous with the right, not them, the right. A few Republican consultants have begun building a parallel digital universe where their political clients set the rules. And again, there's this parallel universe language, this whole idea that there's the liberal view, which is like the established point of view that everybody should have. And then there's the outsider views, and those are those dastardly right-wingers, which is why the big left-wing tech giants are censoring people on the right. These people live in echo chambers where their views are constantly reinforced and they're patted on the back for them. And so they see any opposing view as somehow hostile, and, you know, they convince themselves that by any means, that they have to silence us by any means necessary. And any of those actions that they take, they will rationalize it as being justified. At one point in the article here, they actually interview some of the creators of these apps, and it goes just how you think it would. People with center-right views feel like the big social platforms, Facebook and Twitter, are not sympathetic to their views. Well, it's not that we want them to be sympathetic to our views, we just want to be allowed to express those views without being banned or tarred as racist or sexist or xenophobic or any of the other labels that they like to machine gun at us in place of arguments. Sheltered from the broader public, however, the platforms can intensify political polarization and social divisiveness, or circulate disinformation. And again, here we see again, the New York Times wants the reader to, connect political polarization and social divisiveness and disinformation with the right, with the other, the one, whoever opposes them and their points of view are the aggressors, simply by having those points of view. And then, of course, they have to do, and this seems to be the case with any article about people on the right or any movements on the right, they have to go in, they have to find some distasteful posts, 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever, and then they apply those points of view to the entire group, the entire movement. The Great American app juxtaposes a mix of enthusiastic posts about Mr. Trump and photos of puppies with anti-immigrant memes like, today's illegal, tomorrow's Democrats. One recent post with an image depicting nooses read, newsflash, treason still punishable by death. Okay, now I can see that those are, sort of edgy memes, but there's nothing particularly hateful or polarized or divisive about that. I mean, treason is still punishable by death, that's a fact, and, the today's illegals are going to be tomorrow's Democrats. That's the whole point, that's the whole reason Democrats support all these people coming in illegally. They see future voters and solidifying power. The article ends by asking, is this the beginning of political balkanization of digital engagement technologies? Is this the beginning? Where have they been? Again, this just shows a complete lack of self-awareness. Either that or they knowingly print these lies, and which I would not have a hard time believing. This is essentially Democrat Party left-wing propaganda. And the person that they're talking to here is Michael Slabby, a communications strategist who oversaw technology for President Barack Obama's national campaigns. So in this article about tribalism, about partisanship, and about insular communities, they interview an Obama national campaign official. That's it for me, folks. Make sure that if you subscribe to the New York Times, you cancel that subscription, turn off your TV, cancel your cable, and then get up in November